it was the shepherding that you did for all of us that really allowed it to just kind of give over to the process, and in your hands was, and then the way that you, I felt like, encouraged us to play in this space, in this very strange space of the Paladin Center.
The delusion of the
delusions. Yeah, it was really surreal in a lot of ways, but it helped us to kind of go into this space of just possibility and fantasy and just okay, and open ourselves, because I really think that this is all you.
I don't think so. I think you guys were just as crazy as I was doing this.
No, it was entirely like you were like, yeah, you can, and just that way of encouraging and supporting and sort of poking and prodding, because in your imagination, like, all of the possibilities were endless and limitless, and so giving ourselves over to that was easy to do and allowed for so much creativity to be possible. So,
Well said.
Oh, well said, well said. I am curious to hear what Rob, if Rob has questions, or kind of what because I love God of Vampires, and I'm kind of curious if there's any, like, as filmmaker to filmmaker, as far as, like, not, like the safe for work stuff, because then there's, like, the really, like, what we really talk about, like, how to really mechanically make everything work. But I'm kind of curious if you have any, I'm kind of curious what you think, but in terms of questions and things like that, I'm kind of curious to hear from you on it, because I really admire, what you did.
Well, I mean, so the filmmaking process is a collaborative effort. You are responsible for all of these things that you ask these people to do, but their input is gold. And on an indie film, it's out of necessity that you do it either quick or without any preparation, or you just come up with things. And the human mind is really powerful. So you guys can be asked, hey, can you do this? And one of your actors is like, all right, well, I'm just going to play this unconventional, and they just do it, and it just comes out, And there's a lot of editing involved, but I mean, it's a thing where you are basically up against the wall the entire time. It's a fight. Guerrilla filmmaking is called that because it's not just like you're hanging by your bootstraps. You're actually in kind of like a war where, it could be over in a second. I worked on so many movies that never saw the light of day as a makeup artist. And that experience as a makeup person on a crew allowed me to understand what you had to do as a director or a producer to get it done. And, in my case, it was a miracle nobody died. Right? But it was also, we were irresponsible, right? But you guys didn't get anybody hurt, which is good. And we didn't really, except for my lead actor got banged up a bit. But, we did it, and you did it. And that's, when you make a movie and then you show it, this is a miracle. It's a miracle.
Oh, yeah.